So, hello, welcome back to another episode of the Self-Development with Tactics podcast. Today, once again, another one without a video. So, the podcast listeners are not, missing out on anything. Really anything. Today, we're going to go through a few Reddit things. Since I do want to go through the book in kind of the normal format. But Reddit is, on the other hand, as well, a very great way to just get some little tiny bits of inspiration and things to then talk about. Anxiety is an external and uncontrollable force. It's easy to forget that emotions like anxiety or fear come from the body, not your soul. I have often gotten angry at myself for feeling anxious before talking in front of a group or holding a presentation, but this is foolish. For me, it works when I compare it with lust. For example, you feel lust over your friend's girlfriend. Do you feel shame? No, this is simply an emotion that does not have control over me. It is an animal instinct. I feel it, yes, but I cannot because I know my actions are good and honest. It is the same way with anxiety. I feel anxious when talking in front of a group. Do not say, I am weak because I care what others think or other people think about me. Instead say, I feel anxious, but it does not matter. I will be good and do what must be done, and that will be the end of it. My emotions cannot harm or hinder me. That is a very, very, very great way to put it, and also a great way to say it. Essentially as well, because it's really the case. It is just quote-unquote emotions, of course. Emotions say a lot. Emotions are important and emotions mean something. They really, really fucking do. But if you're getting angry because you're getting angry, or if you're getting angry because you're being anxious or you're having fear, does this make anything better? As I've been talking about it so fucking often. Does it change anything? Is it any good? No, it fucking isn't. So why being like this? Why saying something like this? Why having the self-talk that is not benefiting you in any way? It's not making the situation better. It's not making you feel better. It's not doing any good or anything good. On the other hand, by doing things like this, by trying to understand yourself, by trying to reduce the anger, to rationalize the emotions that you're feeling, that you're having, this is making things better. You feel better. You're not as maybe it's even gonna make you less anxious in terms of the situation, or less fearful in terms of the situation that you're facing. So in many ways it is beneficial, but still so underused most often, also by me. I'm not gonna lie, I also have negative self-talk. In the Stoic treatment of the passions, things like anxiety, lust, and fear come from errors in judgment, though their precursors, the propatheia, I'm gonna spell it propatheai, are inevitable. Added, Epictetus on anxiety, the passion, not the physiological accompaniments. I'm sorry. I haven't seen these, thank you. I will try to read these sometime. I definitely can see that in some cases, what about underlying desires that cause/contribute to anxiety? For example, I may desire the acceptance of my peers or worry about messing up the promotion. I feel it is worth investigating, but if no desire can be found, then it is an external. It is good to self-reflect, but I don't think it is helpful to me. I feel anxious for a job interview. It goes better if I think about anxiety as external instead of internal. Yeah, because this is also kind of fitting when you're just being stoic and you like the stoic way of living and the stoic way of dealing with things. It's making things easier if you believe that something is external, which doesn't mean that everything should be external or should be made external by thinking about it as being external. But yeah. How to spend our time on Earth. Over the last or past 2 years, I dived into the philosophical world after having a complete rethink of my life during the pandemic. I've accepted and understood that life has no inherent meaning or thing we need to strive for in life, or one right way for us to all live. However, I keep coming back to the thought of, okay, now what do I do? I obviously have a few hobbies and that takes up some time, but after completing that, there seems to be something missing in a day. Everybody else seems so busy, and although this shouldn't be glamorized, shouldn't there be something I should be doing? It is very interesting because this is exactly what I'm feeling like as well. I feel like all the people, or many people, have something to do all the time, and they always seem so busy, and they always seem like they're doing something smart, and they never seem like wandering around and doing nothing. They never seem like not knowing what to do, maybe being helpless and shit like this. They never feel like this. And then I wonder, well, what am I doing wrong? Am I doing something wrong? Could I do something better? But saying something like, okay, everyone is probably doing something great or whatever, this is just bullshit. And I will never ever know if this is even the case. But it's probably not the case, I would assume that most, well, not necessarily most people feel like I feel because, because of certain reasons, but shouldn't I be doing... Let's actually see what people are saying. I've had the same thoughts for a while now too. What do I do with myself, and will this matter to me anyways? I don't have a solid answer for you/us, but no, you're not alone, friend. I hope at the very least we can find peace and something we can do to bring our life satisfaction. An option is to find reason to transcend nihilism. Nothing matters, so you have the agency and autonomy to make something matter and the lives you love on this mortal coil. Maybe you can extend care and matter to lives that have passed our mortal coil, and find more understanding in our experiences with loss and death. Synergy with all life, guerrilla gardening. Humans have been in symbiosis with the earth long before Western pedagogy, I guess, come onto the scene. We would all be farther along our path in this way if international imperialism hadn't toppled. Well, now it's now it's all about history and some political stuff. Not gonna get into that, or just some what if. Yeah. I've thought about this a lot myself. Assuming you took a similar journey as I did, once you hit existential dread, you sort of get stuck in nihilism. Willingly or unwillingly, you begin to ask why bother. It's all pointless. And it really, I don't necessarily think that it is about everything being pointless. This wasn't like the point, I'd say. I think the point was, okay, I know there may not be a meaning in life, so what should I do? Like, shouldn't I be doing something? Everyone seems to be doing something, which, probably inherently is wrong in and of itself. But still, what should one do? And I think it is about creating meaning. Then, doing things that are difficult, probably. Things that you enjoy, probably. Things that you love, probably. And also taking care of people. Which might actually also mean not giving a shit about what some people may think about you. Because does it really matter? We're all gonna die. Does it really matter what somebody thinks about you? Especially when it is somebody, a person, somebody that you actually do not really know maybe. And this person does not really know you as well. So does it make sense to care so much? Probably not really. Probably not really. Pulling the door. Therapist, you need to open up more. Me, I can't. Therapist, why not me? Let me visualize it for you. Do I want to see this picture? I don't really know. Oh. um. There is a. Is it a closet? Do you call something like this a closet? I don't actually know, but there is a lot of dishes. Plates. I'm sorry. Soup plates. Do you call them soup plates? I don't fucking know. But they are very, very, very. So when you open the door, everything is gonna fall out. This is the point. Then somebody answered, "It is a good metaphor though, because the situation is never going to get better if you don't eventually pull the door. And afterwards, no matter what the damage was, you'll have a working cabinet, whatever plates you could salvage, and a place to start putting new plates in." And this is really the case. So, wrapping up this episode, what is the point that I'm now willing to get across? There isn't any meaning in life, but we can create it. And it really truly does make sense to still be good, even if we all are gonna die anyways. Being a good person, I guess, being remembered as a good person, having some sort of quote unquote legacy is great. I don't want to be remembered as an asshole. On the other hand, this may also very often mean giving a shit about what some people think. I wouldn't necessarily say what everyone thinks. You know, there are still people in my life that really do matter to me, and I care about what they say. I really fucking do. And it is important for me to actually know that they think that I'm a good person, and probably also that I am competent. On the other hand, creating meaning by accomplishing things that are hard. Having a degree, getting a degree, having a great job, I don't know, just also knowing your limits. I don't want to promote working too much. Don't think it is good, but knowing your limits and knowing how much you can get out of yourself is interesting. Maybe it's about checking boxes. Maybe it's about realizing that things are good, that life is good. Going outside, the sun is shining, or it's raining. It is a feeling. You're feeling something. You're seeing something. You're noticing something. It's, well, we can do so many things. Sleep is also fucking great sometimes. Food is fucking great sometimes, you know? Everything can be a pleasure when we make it a pleasure, I guess. Listening to music is a fucking pleasure. People are a fucking pleasure. I guess things can be good when we look for things that can be good. But yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna see you the next time. I at least hope. And before I forget, text me, write me an email, just hit me up on Instagram if you have seen or listened to this episode. I do want to see how many people are indeed or actually watching or listening to what I'm saying here. Up until then, bye-bye. Have a good day.